I am doing laundry, so I came out real quick. My mother's out here doing plants. I'm doing laundry, but it's almost sunset and there's some things that need to be done. So I came to lend a hand, but also we're going to check on the plants. Also today it was a high of 90, so no one was coming out, especially me, until after 7. I think right now it's like 8 something. Um, but I think initially it was supposed to be from Monday onward, but right now it's from Tuesday to Monday at least. It's just straight rain, which is great. So anyway, let's get around to the plant update tour. Okay, well, you can see I moved the pot over there. I think it's doing great. Unfortunately, some of the limbs of the tree stump we tacked off might look like they're coming back. That's fine because we'll just keep hacking at it until eventually it gets ground out. But what I say is I don't know. Like a well was installed to the manufactured house. Great. Where are the tubing? Where is the pipes? Is instructions left there? I don't know. So I don't know how that would be found out if we say we want to get the stump removed or ground it out so we don't hit anything. Anyway, look at this lovely. Oh my gosh, that lovely. A lot of these plants that I was really worried about apparently are just like summer bloomers. They love the heat. So that petunia busted up. These hibiscus are busting up. Busting up. So a lot of tree seedlings were left or have come up since we removed all of these other ones. You see some over here. There's a bunch over there. They'll be taken out. Hopefully not in the worst days. I also mean to assemble my mower, so look at this. I moved it over here where there's different ants, and actually it's doing pretty well still. So we've got the other petunia, the red petunia coming up. We got the pink hibiscus, and then we've got the purple striped petunia trailing over the edge, cascading. What a lovely time. Over here we've moved the succulents. ZZ Zigzag is kind of dead. Sansevieria, it looks like, but it gets better, but also probably going to get waterlogged shortly. Oh well. Apuntia. We haven't dug up any Apuntia really recently, but there's a bunch, and I'm sure that's going to happen shortly. So some plants were bought to cover or at least to herald that nearby is a stump. So I got the double plum compact veranda. That is flushing out, looking real nice. We got 2 geraniums. One is opening red. They should both be red. My mother got those 2. Bunch of weeds also. 2 aloe. So this is very sandy soil, so they should drain super readily. So waterloggage shouldn't be a thing. So it shouldn't be a thing. There's a little line here because this is kind of like a drive area where I'm standing right now. So it's one reason. One reason is, okay, stump. The other reason, because this is like or can be a drive path. So if anyone is driving around here, the whole thing is don't drive this way. Same over here, but that needs to get moved over. But for now, there's like these holes of sand. So the whole thing is don't drive this way unless you want to get stuck in the muck. See? Apuntia. Here's the rose. This Calibrachoa is kind of taking over. I hope it's not like out competing it, but come on, Rose, you can do it. Fighting. Here's the clearance geranium that were super huge, still are super huge. Actually, I don't really see a lot of yellowing, which is surprising, but straight in the ground I pretty much went. Here's that veranda plum. It initially kind of, I think it's putting up a lot of flowers, so it's going to be a nice rounded thing. But you see we've got other stumps. At least for now, the thing is cover it so that people who are driving or might be driving in this area know not to come this way, because presumably they won't want to drive in flowers. And then if they do decide to drive in flowers, that's a whole other topic. Other stumps here, these probably could be grounded out, no issue. But I think a lot of these were not grounded up, but like cut really low initially, and then a lot of them has been sending out suckers. So, but that's how it came. The plants in the proper tray. We've got 2 figs that are supposed to go in ground. Apparently these are going in ground, so why not that happens today? I don't know, because we got like 20 hours of sunlight. Ugh. My nose feels like stuffed up, and I don't know if it's because of summer and summer allergies or something, which, okay, I don't know. Or if it's because maybe the smoke came this way. It's feeling that way. We've got the figs. Okay, the leaves aren't looking great, but the figs are still growing. So that's something. That was initially supposed to be a bed for corn, but it was decided against. I think eventually that's going to be the bed for sweet potato. slips that really should be happening soon. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. Smoke nearby. Anyway, these 3 hibiscus have been doing real well since they got mulched, especially from the middle. It had flowered. I think the flower you see on the ground fell off, but we have all these other flowers coming up. I don't know if it's the heat, but if it is the heat, we're going back down to the 70s, at least temporarily during that period of rain. Okay. The hydrangea that has new growth, maybe I over fertilized it. I don't know. But again, chock full of sand, and you should have hella great drainage. Over here, we've got a lot of dog fennel. But this is as much as I would love it for it to be like a snap and everything's cleared, this is going to be months, years long process. Ooh, where am I looking? This is going to be months, years long process. Also, a lot of these are summer weeds that pop up. We had different weeds in the spring, winter. That apparently used to be like the chicken coop area, chock full of dog fennel. I think the plan is to get chickens again soon, or sometime. But, maybe they eat a lot of this back. Hopefully they would. Can they eat dog fennel? I don't know. I'm going to look up too. The dahlia I put in here that originally was in the front bed and I moved over here. Transplant chuckage, but also a bunch of new growth. So she's going to bloom great, I know. The mandevilla. We've got this one right here. We've got 2 in the back and 2 over here. You can see it's going up. If these 2 in the front start to move wild, I'll probably just take the 2 from the clematis and move them over here. Here is this, I want to say it's shadow something, crepe myrtle that was $30 at the Home Depot, and the foliage is just lovely. There was this one for $30, and there was another one, diamond black, for $20. But the diamond black, even in the store, the leaves were like curled and like almost folded. This was flat in the heat, and the whole thing is this looks like it would be better long term. So we got this one. It's been watered, and initially it was put in. It wasn't just put in, and there's no organic matter. It was put in with topsoil, so it's topsoil was mixed in the sand, so it probably has the optimum surroundings around its roots. A lot of weeds over here. Eventually I'll pull up, but I think I want to anyway take these out and get some type of like small obelisk, because smell my now we're doing this. Okay, but we have something something's happening. Things are happening here. Despite my best efforts, it's not yet climbing over the bamboo. But if it suddenly does a growth spurt and it says, okay, I'm ready, I just have to get more sticks. Maybe I'll leave and just get more sticks. But there's a lot of weedage to be done around here. But also, I don't too much care. As long as the clematis grows, the weeds can be. Here is the gardenia. I feel like it's still adjusting. But I'm going to let her be. Maybe, I think she might have had her flowering period. I have to go through all of my, I have all of them, well, I'd say 90% of the tags I have still. Some might have got thrown up by accident, but, and I'm thinking, honestly, about, potting up that geranium. Maybe, if I pot it behind here, I'll lose the oomph. Maybe next to the dahlia. By the dahlia and the hydrangea, but for now I'm going to leave it at least as a stump marker. Ooh, it is. My mother was like, oh, the crepe myrtle is flowering. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because it did bud before. Oh, it's a pink girl. Ooh. Okay, Miss Ma'am. I'm happy to see you're happy. Okay. Do a quick tour around the shade garden. So this ficus that was like not living its best life apparently decided, oh, it's super hot. I love it here. So we have, well, I had been seeing this new growth, but this leaf is kind of small. Don't know what that's about. But anyway, all the leaves are looking like proud and like water uptakeage, right? I had bought, here's a Patriot I had bought. It's sitting between these 2 Persian shields. Nothing is potted up yet. They're still just in pots in a larger pot. And that's fine with me for now, because It rains, they sit in water, and it's hot. It evaporates, so they're in their little humid environment, whatever the heck. Eventually, I do need to pot that up. Same with the, well, to a degree. Same with the Iconia, the unnamed Iconia. What a, ugh. Okay. Well, it's supposed to rain a lot over here. I don't know how windy it's supposed to be, but hopefully everything just stays because that's how it was all last year. Nothing really flew over. If it is, they're in pots. They shouldn't travel too far. But here goes Azizi. I don't know if it's coming back or not, or if it looks, part of it looks greener. We have a lot of new shoots, it looks like to me. But okay. Here are these pots over here. There goes the devil's spine, the euphorbia, whatever it's called. Coming back. Let's look real quick. It's not like focusing, but okay, there we go. Ooh, purple waffle plant said, "But Pam, I didn't see you, ma'am. I did not see you." Okay, here goes the hosta. Look at the roses in here. I saw this from a distance. Pinks and reds and purples, and even the coleus is like, oh my goodness. Oh my, it's pretty firm in there. I'm not gonna pinch her back. I'm not gonna pinch her back, but what a bouquet. Here's a daylily living her life. Here's the other heuchera living its life. Hosta sending up a bunch of new leaves, especially in the middle. You can see. Are they coming up super variegated? Well, they're not coming up yellow-ish, super yellow. They're coming up a bit green. That's okay. That's okay. I'm okay with that. If it fills out full and lush, I'm okay with that. Here's the heuchera. We've got some mushrooms that are all throughout the surrounding soil. Okay. Okay, Coleus. We're going to skip this one patient that's looking whatever. But okay, Coleus. It's red. But stretch. Stretch. There's the Solania. Not looking the best, going to be honest. I'm probably not going to be out here for a couple of days. Let's also be honest there. Little sapling there. I don't have gloves, so I'm not going to do anything with it right now. Here's the geranium. Anything to take out here? Oh, there goes one. No, that one's... Oh, there goes another one. Okay, here's another one. So there's the geranium. Here's the peony that looks like it's actually rooted in here. That's great for me. Hopefully the root I broke off of also roots. Dianthus, the rocking red. This is the best it's ever looked as long as I've had it. This is like my second year, not even, maybe fully. But it's looking great. And we have the other two that are coming up. Actually, I'm surprised why that looks worse. Because this was looking the least before. Okay. Here's the Iconia over here. Lots of small growth leaf-wise. But the flowers are a bit late. We've got some of the sticks I put underneath the soil. Looks like they're being pushed out. That's fine. I'll come back at some point and remove them. But no time soon. I don't want to step over that. I could, but I'm not gonna do it now. Okay, I took that out. Anyway, I'm not sure what's happening underneath these pots that were broken or flipped over, but okay. What can I say? We've got the cyclamen. I only see one left. Oh, here's two. I think over here was three, but it's supposed to rain a lot. Maybe, it'll probably come back, hopefully, is my idea, is how I'm going to treat it. The flowers on this orange begonia have fallen. A lot of it probably went in heat, but this foliage is kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Oh, my baby. Okay, and then we've got the other hosta. I don't know. She looks like she's not doing as well as the other one over here. But we're going to leave her. We're going to come back and see once all the rain passes. But wow. My raspberry, I don't know. Maybe they need to get... maybe they should have been mixed in with sand. Probably should have, but well or not. I don't know. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it and see. At some point, I might decide on a whim to, take them out and repot them with a mix of local sand. I might do that. Here is this other rose potter. Pink vinca, pink purple vinca, pink roses, red petunias. There goes the lilac and the calabricoa. and that pot have done exceptional. You see the lilac popping out, but the calibrachoa, in my mind, is helping so that the whole soil thing is not super waterlogged. Yes, holes were drilled, but still. And then we're just also, I guess, shading the soils on the hot days where there's not rain, so we don't lose so much water. Right? Is my mind. Here's my showy pink, as it stands now. I think it's supposed to be in bloom, but it might be a temperature thing. So, okay. Here is, at some point, both roses were out, right? Here's the second rose. Excuse me, not rose, lily. They turn the color. They get big, they get big. They get big, they get big. They turn white, at least the white ones, because there's some that are not white in here. White, white, white. They turn whiter and whiter until they bust open. So the violas, with these roses, the violas are, supposed to be water lovers, and they were doing great. I guess maybe it's the heat, because maybe they'll come back with the rain. I don't know. Going over here, I'm not sure what the entire point of these things are, but we can nice support. I was showing you earlier, when you have the hose and you just leave it there and it just goes off. A bunch of cherry tomatoes, and I was very excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, Ma, your tomatoes are growing, and they're red, tomatoes, legit tomatoes. And she's like, they're cherry tomatoes. Like, why did you get 6 cherry tomatoes then? I did see something that was like, you have to garden. Are you even gardening if you don't have tomatoes? So maybe something along those lines. She did get 2 purple basils after my purple basil. And I do come in here and I stay clipping off the flowers. So she'll get bigger at some point. I know. I had a basil a few years ago that I went to Las Vegas and I came back and it was super huge after a day of super wild heat. Oh, looks like those are my Mexican, the Titonias that are coming up. Love that for me. Dill's also in the bed. We got marigolds. There goes the basil, the other 2 basil. Still in the bed. Look at all this squash that's coming up. And some of it, yes, is by the asparagus, but the asparagus won't grow significantly for a couple years, so that's okay. Marigolds. Okay. Ma, what are you gonna do with these basil? That'd be something for another day. Look at that. Look at those nasturtiums. I don't know what's going on with these onions in this bed, but the nasturtiums looks great, so that's a thing. Even that rosemary looks weird. Okay. Oh, everything's looking weird. What's wrong with the pineapple sage? I don't know, friend. Here goes the corn that I had gotten from a pack of seeds. I don't think I got it this year. I think I got it last year, year before last. Anyway, they're still viable. The idea is they're supposed to be thinned. I think there's also okra mixed in with there. I'm not entirely sure why it's on both sides. Maybe it spread with the wind. I don't know. Potatoes are, I guess, growing or have finished growing. Not sure yet. Gotta pick that up. Yeah, probably with their. Oh, is that basil or is that my? Those are probably basil seedlings. Okay, basil. Well, is there any point to doing this if it's going to be raining the next couple days? For me, there it is. Anyway, nasturtiums and onions. I think these are my Mexican sunflowers, or these marigolds. I'm not sure. Sweet potato. Someone's loving up on the leaves. One of the elephant ear potatoes and sweet potatoes behind it. Slippage. Oh my gosh. I didn't even crush. Someone's having fun on their motorcycle. I hadn't even crushed the basil, and I'm just walking around with it, and it smells fantastic. Wow. Okay. Tire garden. All the plants generally looking good. The zinnias doing well, even the ones that maybe look like they had died look okay. Maybe one of these onions was an early onion. Okay, I see one of the nasturtiums in between the onions. I put 5 at least in there. Oh, the grass did come in. It only took like 2 weeks instead of the 7 I was promised. Okay. There are a bunch of zinnias at some point in each of those, and it looks like only 2 left. That's okay. Zinnias, zinnias, and cosmos. I don't recall what the three in the middle are. We'll be seeing. Here is another. Here, this one and the one next to the elephant ear are the purple passion flowers I took up, and they're doing fine. That daisy could probably do with a pot and ground. Oh, something's on it. Something's eating it. Okay. Um, Here's my other. These two elephant ears. This one is so tiny. I don't know why, and I don't care. I think it was from the one that was on clearance. So, uh, zinnias, elephant ear. Here's where the two bananas had been all this whole time. But look at this dahlia. Look at that color. Oh, what's that? Something on the ground. Anyway, that's coming up real nice. It's very dark, as you can see. Well, it's getting dark. It's after sunset. Initially, cardboard was here. The idea was to mulch it over. That never happened with the mulch. And the cardboard, went on being eaten by local insects, local animalia. But you can see that underneath the cardboard is very clear. So it did work, mostly. Here's a geranium. My sister's aglaonema that seems to be coming back over on this side. A lot of these plants just need adjustment time. I'm not sure the same can be said for her monstera. Yikes. Maybe they need light. We're going to leave it here because they grow up on the understory of trees. I mean, eventually going towards light. And they're not like doing much. So another day I'll change it or something maybe. But we do have weeds coming up regardless. So at this point, probably once I assemble, yes, my mower, this will probably be a regular mowage area. I did hear someone saying that you shouldn't put a bunch of mulch next to the siding, the skirting, but that was already here, and probably either once we get the skirting redone, addressed, whatever the heck, that'll be readdressed, re-evaluated. A lot of the gladiolus coming up. Pretty much at this point, almost all of the Dutch irises have died. But I don't want Persian flower over here. This is a curated bed, friend. We still have a lot of weedage. I'll weed another day, or probably a week from now. But when I can, I will weed as I can. Purples, still purpling. The dianthus, still dianthusing. I think a lot of things have changed with the heat. As you see, I removed the line out here, so the bed is blending in with the local weedage, but that'll be cleaned up. And also the idea is maybe pavers. Here's the what do you call this? Lemon coral sedum popping up. We've got some pansies popping up. I love that they're said I'm not gone. Even some of the petunias are coming back. Okay, verbena coming back. The armaria is pretty much done for the season. That one Dutch iris in the back pretty much done for the season. But I'm still in my mind thinking about what I want to put in the back of the end of this bed. A lot of wind. It's gonna be great. There's a big passion flower there. I'm gonna go see about this mosquito dunks. Hold on. We have the citronella geranium that was put in a pot, not potted up, but put in a pot, and gets water all the time. It also gets super dry for some reason, but it kept flying off. So now it's in that pot that it was in is now in a crate that's tied to the railing of the stairs. I don't know what you would call that. Okay, light's coming back up. So again, look at the pentas. Super water thirsty all the time. Oh shoot, I did say I was gonna come over here. I do think we have a bunch of what do you call this? I think there was, looking back on old. Oh my god! There's like a butterfly. I just wanted to come up and take this bitch. There we go. She's so big. Oh my god. Okay. Other ones. No. Not allowed. You're not desired here. Ugh. Ooh. Geraniums. All about. Yeah. What fun. Someone needs a mowing. I don't know what the summer's gonna look like because several days as a pattern, it's been that it's X temperature. It's been this X temperature and it feels X temperature, high teens wind speed, and it feels higher than X temperature, even though the humidity is like meh. So it's supposed to, it hit 90 today. Was not here when it was 90. And it's supposed to, probably gonna get higher, much hotter down here. I know. I know. I'm doing laundry. I got my inside clothes. These are just my come out quick go clothes. So it's 8:30 p.m. Where are your kids? Where are your kids? I've worried the country. So, I feel like it's been a couple of weeks actually since I put the seed in the trays. I feel like it's been a couple of weeks since I put the seed in the trays. And I was, I'm like, okay, it didn't work. It did work. At some point I had to take the cover off, but look at all this Bermuda grass. So I had sprinkled it all over the ground. I don't know if it's been coming up, and I don't really know what Bermuda grass looks like, but I feel like we have some of this already. I was already here, and it's half invading, or it was, I guess I ended up applying the flower bed this whole time on top of it. Anyway, I'm going to put this on top of, I did just take this chunk. I'm going to just put this on top of the cover to the septic tank, because it's been exposed this whole time, this whole couple months. So I kind of just put like about 2 bags of topsoil there. Probably could use a third to level it out. I might do that. I might get a third to level it out. I'm just going to put it in plugs throughout. And I still have a bunch of seed. And hopefully this takes, and then I'll just come and keep seeding over the topsoil. So I'm going to get a third bag, actually. So this area actually wasn't entirely exposed. I probably could have mounted it up more, but this is probably going to get mounted up at some point, whatever the heck. I kind of just grabbed different plugs and press them in. I feel I have a strong feeling that they just come back up. I'm going to put the other one that is growing. There's only 2 of 4 that are visibly growing right now. And then I'm going to probably come and put some seed out over it. So, okay, here's the other one. I kind of was just going in the middle. Whoa! Is that a creature in there? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just wood. I was going in the middle and taking up the clunks, but what I'm going to do is try and take up the whole thing and just lay it down as best I can. Oh! There goes that idea. Okay, so I guess I'll just sprinkle this all over the bed, or rather the septic, whatever. Wow. Wow. I think they'll grow even a bit exposed, so, I mean, it's grassy. How could it not? Okay, let's try with this other side then. Okay. Not really coming out how I wanted it, but kind of is. Kind of not. Okay. So you know how in grass seed you sprinkle and you tap all over? I'm just gonna walk all over it and tap, tap, tap. All right, we're just gonna tap in. I don't want to step so heavy over this thing because it is uneven. This needs to be raised up a lot. Oof. Okay. For now, it's a lot more level than it was before, but it's still like, well, let it form a mat, I guess. And then the whole thing is that it's supposed to rain the next like 10 days. So I think this is the best day for me to do this. Let me go get some seed. I do have all this seed. It's not like a sizable portion of the bucket, but we're just gonna stay every now and then taking it. So. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is the shadow something. I'll try and find the name, but it's lovely, lovely, deep, rich, you know, purple with like a tinge of red. I think the blooms are also purple. This crepe myrtle. The two figs were planted in the ground just right now. So I was able to reclaim my 2 stakes. So now we have 4 stakes around the mandevilla. I want you to grow, baby. Show off. We got some bloomage happening. Yeah. The clematis is wrapping around itself. I'll weed another day or whatever, or just put more mulch actually. But I think I did actually mean to take out those sticks and use it there. Anyway, moving on. This crepe myrtle is flowering. Look at her. She's flowering. Pink crepe myrtle for the win. Yes. And actually, I got another pentis, and I put the pentis in the pink bed. Just a quick loop around this. Come over here. The coleus in the middle is really showing out. Those haven't been repotted yet. For the next couple days, next week or so, they're just sitting there collecting water, staying humid, doing their thing. My sister's rubber tree ficus is back, or burgundy is back, popping back. A couple of stumps that have seedlings that will always have to be addressed. Look at this dianthus. Yes, baby. Yes. Okay, richness. Okay, dark velvet chocolate, whatever the heck. Oh, yes. Another lily. Or is it the same lily? Same lily. Wow. Lovely. Okay, so tomates. We should invest in netting, maybe, one would say. They're kind of just doing their own thing. I'm sure there are some insects or animalia eating tomatoes. Good for them. Because apparently people who bought cherry tomatoes don't like cherry tomatoes. Anyway, let's look real quick. I want to be out here. There's something that has burrs. I can't wait for this to just spread out and spread over. Yeah, squash. Basil that still needs to get planted. This whole corner, massive. The nasturtiums are in this one pot. Yeah, girl, yeah. We've got water droplets. Oh my God, there's things underneath here. Animals exist. Okay, girl. Okay, girly. A girly is afraid of corn and some okra, I think. That needs some corn that needs to get thinned. A girly is afraid. Okay, so I didn't actually dig. I just mounded. Yeah.
Cut some more tape, please.
Okay. I just mounded some topsoil over the dead Dutch iris. I think it'll settle with the next coming days, right? Okay. Okay, pink girl. It's a risky thing to be out here right now. There was thunder before and there was rain. It's big storms coming. I don't know that there's lightning or not. But a lot of changes in the garden. Most notably, I think there was already bermudagrass here, and I think it's coming up. So, like, you see something that looks like some type of grass in between the wave blue. Okay, whatever. A lot of things are flattening out. A lot of things that were previously mounded are flattening out. Okay, this whole area felt a lot more mounded before, and it's flattening out now. Whether that's insects breaking down the mulch, whether that's moles doing mole things underground, who knows? Ooh, I think this is it. I think this is what is. Ooh, something that insect. These burrs. These things with these burrs. Okay, I gotta show my mom so we know what to avoid if we can. Because they be getting on our legs too. Our legs, our clothing. And then it's, pujas. So a lot of things that were mounded previously are just looking very flat. Yeah. This whole area, I felt like it was more moundedness with the petunias, flatness. A lot of weeds. Got to come out here and weed a lot. Oh, is this the thing that... with the burrs? This one? I thought it was some type of grass. It looked like a king tut grass. Anyway, I actually started recording to showcase my dahlias. These are the dahlias that I grew from tuber. That one is like 3 heads or something like that. So I know it's supposed to get super bushy, so I'm not super crazy about immediately putting things in the back because I don't know how tall these may or may not get. I mean, granted, I have the sheet, so I could look it up. But I think already they're maybe too close to this, but I'm not going to repot it at this point, right? Everything's just going to have to do. If anything, I might just tilt it back a little bit. um, Yesterday I did get this pentis. I did mount a bunch of topsoil around it, but it's not really dug in. It's kind of just laying on top of the other um, Dutch iris bulb that died. See, a lot of them are dying back. We have, again, I don't know why. Well, I think that was always tilted actually from when I grew up. So a lot of those, not a lot, a handful of gladiolus are bending back for some reason. Not sure why. You know what it might be? I was telling my mom, I'm like, a lot. I was reading the sheet, and it was like 8 inches of depth, and none of them got 8 inches of depth. At most, maybe one got like 4 or 6. So that could be a thing. Um, we're supposed to be out here putting together a outdoor shed. Weed. The other day we were cutting down something and some sand flew in my eye. The whole thing is I need goggles. I don't want anything because there do be creatures that be jumping. I want anything jumping in my eye. So we've got about like 2+ hours till it's sundown. But about realistically maybe 2 hours of like workable light if it doesn't start raining up again, which it probably will. Oh my dianthus! My platoons! My platoons! Why are some of the platoons not doing the rest? So the heat is the why? No, specifically that one petunia is not doing the best. Everything else is actually pretty fine. That's weird. Are we heading into fall for the plants? I don't know. So here I am. I had been outside and I was debating whether or not to weed. I decided to start weeding. I was picking out here and there, but then I'm looking around, just like, do I pick something over here? Nah. Do I pick something this weed over here? Maybe I go to it and I'm like, nah, never mind. So I'm just standing around looking super indecisive, lightly weeding here and there, not a lot. Most of the weeding that I have to get done is on the other side of the bed, and I don't really want to go back there right now. So, that'll be a problem once I have my mower. Anyway, here's a picture of the dahlia and another one. Thanks for watching. Bye.